Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Darrin with GuitarControl.com bringing you this video lesson. And today I want to show you three cool Guns N Roses riffs. Each one of these riffs happens to also be used as the intro for these songs. These are just ones that I picked because I like them. These are kind of more, not really so much for a beginner as intermediate, but I encourage you, if you are a beginner, to work with them. Even if you can't get them up to speed, they're really good for like kind of developing dexterity and stuff between your hands. And they're, you know, extremely highly recognizable, fun riffs to play. So be sure to click on the link in the description for the tabs, and let's get close up and take a look. Alright, so the first one we're going to look at is Welcome to the Jungle. Now at the very first of this is actually using a delay, and so what I'm trying to do, this is just kind of a way to play it to sort of emulate that sound. So what I'm doing here is I'm starting on the 4th fret of the G string, and we're like triplet, triple. So you've got triplet, triplet, and then it's like a 4-note tuplet. So. Okay, now we get into the next part here. This is like where it really becomes difficult. When Slash plays this, I believe that he just does it entirely with a pick, but I find it much, much easier if you you kind of hybrid pick it. So some of the notes I'm going to be playing, like the lower strings, I'm going to play with my pick, and then the B string I'm going to, because the B string is open and it's like constantly being played after the other notes. So I just use my middle finger to pluck that, so that way I don't have to try to skip the string, and it makes it a lot easier. So I'm starting here on still on the 4th fret of the G string with my 3rd finger, and then I'm going to put my 1st finger onto the 2nd fret. And we're going to play the G string, and then the open B string. Then back to the G string, 4, 2, and then the B string open again. Then the G string 2nd fret again, to the 4th fret of the D string, and then follow that with the open B string again. Then the 4th fret of the D string to the 2nd fret, and the open B again, then the 2nd fret of the D string, open D string, open B, and then to the 2nd fret of the A string, and then follow that with the open B again, and then that just repeats. Alright, so the next one we're going to look at is My Michelle. So this here, we start off, we've got an A over C sharp. So if you take your A major chord, but you want to play it with just the single finger like this, just barring across. I'm going to bar across, and then I'm going to take my 3rd finger, and I'm going to put it here onto the 4th fret of the A string. And then this is just all 8th notes, so you're just going to play A, D, G, B, G, D, A. Back to D. So that's the first measure. Then we're going to take the note here on the A string, we're going to move it down to the 3rd fret, and just keep your 1st finger here. And now we're going to go A, D, G, and then the B string open. And then I'm going to bar across the 2nd fret of the A, D, and G string. A, D, G, open B again. So that's the first 2 measures. Then I'm going to take an F sharp minor bar chord here. You're just going to take your 1st finger and bar it across the 2nd fret. your third finger onto the fourth fret of the A string and your fourth finger onto the fourth fret of the D string. And we're going to go E, A, D, G, D, A, E, A. And we're going to do that twice there for measures 3 and 4. And then the whole thing repeats. All right, and then finally we're going to look at the riff for Sweet Child of Mine. Now, this riff is a lot more difficult to play, especially if, like I said, if you're a beginner. But this is a great exercise for both of your hands, especially if you alternate pick it. So we're going to start off. I'm on the 12th fret of the D string with my first finger. And then I'm going to go to the 15th fret of the B string with my third finger. And then from there to the 14th fret of the G string with my second finger. And then follow that with the 12th fret of the G string. So what I like to do is just keep my finger right here barred. Then we're going to go to the 15th fret of the high E, back to the 14th fret of the G string, to the 13th fret of the E string, or excuse me, the 14th fret of the E string, back to the 14th fret of the G string again. So you play that twice. And then what's going to change is the very first note is the only thing that changes. The rest of them stay the same. So with the first one, our first note is the 12th fret of the D string. Then the next note is going to be the 14th fret of the D string. So I'm still going to keep my first finger barred here like this. Everything else is the same, so. So far. Right, and then the third time through, the 12th fret of the G string is the first note. So again, I'm just going to keep my first finger here. And then back to the 12th fret of the D string. Now, this starts with the 12th fret of the D string and it ends there, and then the whole thing repeats. So you end up playing that section 2 times at the end and then 2 times at the beginning when it starts over. So the whole thing slowly. And then it just repeats. Alright, so there you have it. 3 Guns N Roses riffs. Fun ones to play, very recognizable, and like I said, if you're a beginner, I encourage you to really try to work with them and stuff. Even if you have to play them really, really slow for quite a while, it's still, you can still recognize what it is, and it's really good for both of your hands. So if you like this lesson, be sure to give me a thumbs up and leave a comment down below if you have any questions or comments about this or any other guitar-related subjects. If you've not already done so, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content that we upload throughout the week. Well, that is all I have for you today. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.